I have ADHD and I do not like to get wet. Hi, I'm Bridget, Systems and Self-Care Witch. I'm an ocean consultant and I build intentional systems for neurodivergent creatives who want to feel proud, successful, and get shit done. Thanks for being here and thanks so much for subscribing to my channel and supporting my small business. Today, we're talking about my experience with water-based personal hygiene as an adult ADHD human. Let's get into it. I don't like washing my hands, my hair, or taking showers. The process of getting wet takes a lot of energy from me. I don't like the feeling of being wet, and I have temperature sensitivity with the water temperature and the temperature of my skin once there's water on it. I hate feeling cold and I hate feeling too hot. And I also find it a real big nuisance to have to dry off after everything. And on top of all of that, I have really, really dry skin. So I have to immediately moisturize or else I'll be extra uncomfortable. All of these things make me used to think that there was something wrong with me, that I was just lazy or extremely flawed. I was always wondering why nobody else seemed to have any issue with these personal hygiene tasks. And I felt ashamed because I didn't want to be dirty and gross. But lately I've been considering that that's not the case at all, that I'm lazy or there's anything wrong or flawed about me. I've been noticing how many sensitivities I have, particularly to temperature and texture. And the more I learn about how ADHD symptoms and traits can show up in people, the more sense it's making when I look back and notice these patterns over the course of my life with things that I've struggled with, like bathing or showering. Here's a great little tidbit about this from an article on chad.org, which is Children and Adults with ADHD, titled, "If This Is Supposed to Be Easy, Why Is It So Hard?" They say, quote, "Typically, for someone with ADHD, when a task or activity is of high interest to them, they feel energized, motivated, and able to easily engage and perform at a very high level. But when the task or activity is of low interest, even if it's important, simple, or short, they find it viscerally painful and almost impossible to engage with. Why? The human brain needs dopamine, a neurotransmitter that facilitates communication between neurons, to be fully activated or switched on so that it can do its job. That is, pay attention, focus, and self-regulate. Dopamine levels in the brain are positively correlated with our level of interest in a task." End quote. I was like, okay, duh. I was having a hard time getting myself in the shower because it was boring. There was nothing that I really liked about it aside from feeling clean when the whole process was done. And I actively feel uncomfortable when my skin is wet. So no wonder it felt impossible and near painful to try to get myself to do it. There was no dopamine involved. And I mean, it was probably doing the opposite of whatever dopamine is. But here's the thing. I want to wash my body. I want to feel clean. And it's been really difficult for me to get through my daily life knowing that I need to do these things or figure out how to do them. It used to feel like a really painful process to get myself to take a shower or to wash my hands until I started putting these practices into place. Now I have more ease with these personal hygiene tasks. I have to actively create dopamine in these situations where there is none. And to tap into this, I think about what might bring me joy or help the process be enjoyable in any little way or anything that might bring a little ease into it. Here are a few dopamine increasing hacks I use to make hand washing and showering easier and more enjoyable. For hand washing, I bought these beautiful foaming hand soap dispensers from Rail 19. They're made out of recycled glass and you're able to buy new pumps when you need them, so you don't have to buy a whole new container. They're really beautiful to look at, and I love the texture of foam soap. a lot more than liquid soap. So it just makes for a more enjoyable experience. And the kind of soap that I put in it is fragrance free because I'm really sensitive to smells. And so this way I don't have to worry about any extra overstimulating smells that come with the experience. And since I have dry skin, I make sure that I keep body butter nearby any sink so that I can put it on directly after I dry my hands. So for the upstairs, I have my body butter right here in the bathroom next to the sink. And for downstairs, I have a little to-go container that I keep in my purse. So I can also use that in the kitchen after I wash my hands as well. And I make the body butter myself, which is a special experience all on its own, and it allows me to control the ingredients. Before we get into the showering tips, I want to tell you about a digital resource that helps me with my ADHD self-care. It's a digital portal into self-care and empowerment for folks with ADHD. Some of the features it includes are an intention setting space for helping you stay focused on the vibes that you want to embody in your life, reminders that help you celebrate and feel proud of yourself, motivational inspiration for shots of dopamine every time you visit the page, daily medication checkboxes, because who doesn't love checking a box when they've completed something? There's a self-care ideas toolkit to help you regulate your nervous system in the moment. And my favorite part is the progress and medication tracker so that you don't have to remember all of your health details off the top of your head anymore, and you have an easy reference to look back on to celebrate and to reference during things like appointments with practitioners. This isn't just a dashboard. It's a portal into living a life of ease where you feel proud of your unique and beautiful brain and all the magical ways that you show up in the world. Grab the template at the link in the description. And now on to my showering tips. I use this sustainably harvested and biodegradable sea sponge that feels really nice on my body, and I purchased it from a local shop. I also use fragrance-free natural soap. I try to get it locally with no packaging if possible, but this one I did order online from adhd. I play the Lush Lo-Fi Spotify playlist on my speaker, and I love it because it's a great vibe and it's what I listen to every time I shower. So that also takes the decision fatigue out of trying to come up with something to listen to because I already know what it's going to be. And my favorite one is that I shower with my partner and we shower on a schedule. So I never have to guess or question when it's happening. I just show up and do it when it's time. There's no arguing with myself. And I have a buddy to hang out with. We sing silly songs about our cats and have a grand old time. Those are a few of the dopamine increasing hacks I use to make cleaning my body a little easier and more fun. I would love to hear what hacks you use in the comments below. If you're looking for a digital space to help keep you on top of your self-care, check out the ADHD Self-Care Notion dashboard at the link in the description. Thanks so much for being here and subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in the next one.